Okay, happy Friday and happy half term. You guys have worked really hard this half term with your reading, so well done. It's our last day today on our poetry unit, our short poetry unit from this week. And the poem we're going to read today is The Sea. It's called The Sea. As always, pause the poem when it comes on the screen and then unpause it for me to read it, but have a go yourselves. The Sea by James Reeves. The sea is a hungry dog, giant and grey. He rolls on the beach all day. With his clashing teeth and shaggy jaws, hour upon hour he gnaws the rumbling, tumbling stones. And bones, 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 the giant sea dog moans, licking his greasy paws. And when the night wind roars and the moon rocks in the stormy cloud, he bounds to his feet and snuffs and sniffs, shaking his wet sides over the cliffs, and howls and hollows long and loud. But on quiet days in May or June, when even the grasses on the dune play no more their reedy tune, with his head between his paws, he lies on the sandy shores, so quiet, he scarcely snores. Okay, so we've got 3 stanzas, 3 verses in that poem. And guys, it's really important, you might have noticed, it's really important for this one to get someone else to read it to you, or to hear to watch a video online of someone reading it, because everyone reads it differently. But with poems, it's really important to remember, especially ones that don't kind of flow as much as perhaps ones like The Shadow that we looked at yesterday. Okay, that's got quite a rhythm and quite a beat to it. These ones haven't necessarily. Okay, the stanzas are different lengths. You've got quite a lot of punctuation, so just use what you know about punctuation. If you can see a comma, like here, pause. If you see a full stop, stop. Okay, so you wouldn't read that. The sea is a hungry dog, giant and grey. Okay, you'd read it as, the sea is a hungry dog, giant and grey, because it's a comma. It's just like a sentence. Okay, 5 questions today. So what does the metaphor in the poem compare the sea to? That's quite an easy one. You should know that one from listening to the poem and having read it yourself. Why do you think the poet chose personification to describe the sea? Which 3 adjectives describe the dog? You just need to list those in a list. In which stanza, so which verse, is the sea most dangerous? Which words make us think this? So what vocabulary has the poet used to make us think this? And question 5, what do you think the line shaking his wet sides over the cliffs about the dog means? Okay, so question 1, what does the metaphor in the poem compare the dog to? Well, the title is the sea, okay, but our first sentence, our first line, or the first 2 lines of the poem tell us that. So the sea is a hungry dog. So the metaphor compares the sea to a hungry dog, would be your answer. Question 2. Why do you think the poet chose personification to describe the sea? Okay. Well, the personification used presents the sea, I guess, this is my opinion anyway as the reader, it presents the sea in a lively and playful way. Okay. It also tells us that the sea is affected by the weather and the seasons, because you can see in stanza 3 that the sea is a lot quieter. Okay, so I think it portrays, the personification portrays how an animal might behave in different seasons, okay, how it might behave at different times of the day depending on what was going on. So I think it's used really, really well by the poet in this case. List 3 adjectives. Which 3 adjectives describe the dog? The 3 are, we've got hungry, we've got giant, and we've got grey. Those are our 3 adjectives. So those are the 3 you should have written on your list. Question 4, in which stanza is the sea most dangerous? Which words make us think this? Have a quick read through again if you haven't already, and think about it. Okay, so the answer is stanza or verse number 2. Okay. Stanza 3, it's very calm. Okay. We've got the words quiet. And again, we've got quiet. Sandy shores. It makes us think it's quite calm and quite tranquil. Okay. Here, we have got when the night wind is a weather, isn't it? That's not like sun, or it's not calm. It makes us think that something's whipping up, okay? And the word roars really kind of builds that image in our head as the reader. The moon rocks in the stormy cloud. Okay, so all of this vocabulary used by the poet has been used for effect, okay, to make us think that the sea is being quite rough during that evening. The fact that it's night time as well. It's not in the day. It will be dark. We paint this picture in our head of a dark beach, which might come across as quite scary as well. Okay, we've got shaking, we've got howls and hollows, okay, and we've got loud. So all of that vocabulary builds up a picture in this stanza that the sea is quite dangerous during that time. Okay, and your last question, why do you think the line, or what do you think the line shaking his wet sides over the cliffs means? Okay, so that was in stanza 2 as well. Let's find it. So it's talking about the dog. Okay, it's using that metaphor again. Okay, shaking his wet sides over the cliffs. If you've got a dog, you know if he's been in the river, or if he's been for a swim, or in the bath, or under the hose pipe, or in the paddling pool, that when he shakes off, or when she shakes off, water goes everywhere. Okay, so we're talking about the dog shaking his wet sides over the cliffs. What do you think that means in terms of when we're thinking about the sea? Yeah, so shaking his wet sides over the cliffs. So if you think the cliffs, we're on the coast here, we're at the beach, we're on the coast. We know, we've just talked about how stanza 2 is quite a rough stanza. It makes us picture this dangerous and dark sea, okay, with big waves, okay. Wet sides over the cliffs makes me think that the waves are breaking and they're going up really high, so high that they're spraying over the cliffs, okay. Well done today, guys.
Hey guys, I hope you're okay. We're just going to mark through yesterday's learning before getting started with today's. Okay, so you are finding your start times based on your end time, working backwards by subtracting your duration, or going anti-clockwise on the online clock to find out what time it would have started. Okay, so my end time here is 12:45 and the duration is 30 minutes. I'm going to see if I can take away 30 from my minutes. So 45 take away 30, we can do, and your answer there would be 12:15. Okay, because 45 take away 30 is 10. Sorry, 15. I can use the inverse. Check that. I could do 15 add 30 would give me 45 as well. And my hour doesn't change there. Number 2, I've got 1400 hours. That's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And if I go backwards 45 minutes, that would bring me to 13:15. So well done. Oh, 13:15, 1:15. I'm just going to fly through these, okay? Don't stress if you've not got it. Number 3, our end time was 9:30 in the morning. The duration was 1 hour and 5 minutes. So our start time, I'm going to take off that hour first. That gives me 8:30 instead of 9:30. And then can we take away 5 minutes from our 30 minutes? We can do that, which would give us 08:25, because 30 take away 5 is 25. So 8:25 in the morning. The last one, I've got 8:20 is the end time, so 20 minutes past 8. The duration is 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm going to take away 2 hours from 8 hours, which gives us 6 hours. And then 20 minutes take away 15 minutes is 5 minutes. So 6:05. Well done if you got those. Do not stress if you didn't. Remember, I'm just happy that you had a go. Well done. Okay, so you'll secure it then. I needed you to remember that an hour long is 60 minutes. Okay. If it's halfway through, then that's 30 minutes. Oh, 30 minutes, because half of 60 is 30. Okay. So halfway through, the time is 18:45. Okay, and that's after it's been halfway, so that's 30 minutes. So what time did it start? So our duration really is just 30 minutes instead of an hour. You need to do 18:45, take away that 30 minutes. All right, which we can do because 45 take away 30 Well, 4 tens, take away 3 tens is 1 10, plus your 5 is 15. So your answer is 18:15. 6:15 in the evening is when his program started. Well done if you got that. Okay, so today we're going to have a little look at measuring time in seconds and converting between measuring something just all in seconds and how we can convert that into minutes and seconds and vice versa. Okay, so today's date, we're on Friday the 22nd of May, and our LO is to measure time in seconds. Pause it now so you can write that down. Okay, so firstly then, I'm just going to quickly show you this. We've got here time in seconds and time in minutes. So in 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, okay? If you were to use a timer and you press start, as soon as it gets to 59 seconds, you won't actually see it say 60 seconds because like 60 minutes in an hour, it then just becomes 1 minute, okay? So if 1 minute is 60 seconds, then 2 minutes is double that, okay? Because 2 is double 1. Double 60, well I know that 6 at 6 is 12. So 6 tens add 6 tens is 12 tens, which is 120. If it's 3 minutes, that's 3 lots of 60. I know that 3 lots of 6 is 18, so 3 lots of 6 tens is 18 tens, 180 seconds. We're going to use this throughout, so knowing our number bonds and understanding 60 is going to be really important here. So 4 minutes, well I know that 1 minute is 60, so 4 minutes is going to be 4 lots of 60 seconds, okay? I know that 4 lots of 6 is equal to, well I know that 5 lots of 4 is 20 and 1 more lot of 4 is 24, so therefore 4 times 6 is 24. So 4 lots of 6 tens is going to be not just 24, it's going to be 24 tens. Okay, so 4 minutes is 240 seconds. Another way we can know that is that, well, we know 2 minutes, so 2 lots of 60 seconds is 120, and 4 is 2 lots of 2. So we could do 120 add 120, which would also give you 240. Okay, so here we've got 2 minutes and 20, oh, have I just skipped? No, sorry, ignore me. We've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and I want to convert that all into seconds. So, I'm just going to change my colour so you can see what we're doing. So 2 minutes. How many seconds is going to be in 2 minutes? We know 1 minute is 60 seconds, and if I've got 2 lots of those, so 2 lots of 60, or 2 lots of 6 is 12, 2 lots of 6 tens is 12 tens. Okay, so 2 minutes is worth 120 seconds, plus we've got 20 seconds there. All we've got to then do is add those together. So we've got 120 add 20, so add 2 more tens, so 120, 130, 140. So our answer in seconds is 140. Oh my goodness, that's not what I meant. 140 seconds. Oh, I can't write today. 140 seconds. Okay, so now we've got 1 minute and 40 seconds, and we're going to convert that into just seconds. So we know that 1 minute is worth how many seconds? 60, okay, plus we've got 40 seconds there. What is 60 add 40? Well, I know 6 and 4 is 10, so 6 tens add 4 tens is 10 tens, which is 100. So 1 minute and 40 seconds is 100 seconds. Here I've got 70 seconds, and I want to work out how many minutes and seconds that equals. I know that 60 seconds is 1 minute, okay? So 60 of those seconds is worth 1 minute. So I'm going to put my 1 minute there. So I know I've got at least 1 minute. But I've got 70 seconds, so how many seconds are left over that don't make a whole minute? So what else goes with 60 to make 70? What am I going to add to 60 to make 70? 10. So my answer is, so that 60, remember, is 1 minute plus 10 seconds left over. Oh, I can't get, there we go. So 1 minute 10 seconds is equal to 70 seconds, okay, because that 1 minute is 60 plus 10 is 70. So what we're doing here is actually some dividing, okay, so we're thinking how many 60s go into that whole amount and what's left over. So does 60 go into 90? Does it come before 90? It does, so I've got 60 there. That's my 1 minute, so I'm going to write that down here. Got at least one. Oh, I wanted it clean still. So I've got 1 minute at least. Okay, and then what else goes? What's going to be left over though from 90? If I've got 60, so you can imagine you've got 9 tens, and you've used 6 of those tens to make your 1 minute. How many tens are left? You can do that on your fingers. 3 tens, which is 30. So again, I've got 1 minute, which is 60 seconds, and 30 seconds. So my answer is going to be 1 minute and 30 seconds. Struggling to spell seconds today. Okay. I've got this one. So now it's where it gets a little bit tricky because it's over 100 seconds. But this is when you can use this to help you. So here, 60 seconds was 1 minute. 120 seconds was 2 minutes. And 180 seconds was 3 minutes. So we've got 130 there. So looking back at that other screen, we know that 120 is 2 minutes. Okay. So I could have split 60 and 60, would have given me 2 minutes. But 60 does equal 120. But what have we got left? Because we had 130 seconds altogether. So 60 goes into 130 twice. That means it gives us 2 minutes. But how many seconds are left over? The difference between 120 and 130 is just 10. Okay. So altogether then, that is 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Okay, is equal to 130 seconds. You'll do it for today then. Again, you can draw this table in your book. If you've got a ruler, that would be great. You've got time in minutes and time in seconds. You've got more time in minutes than you have time in seconds. All you've got to do is convert. So here you've got 2 minutes. Can you tell me what that is equal to in seconds? So remember, I'll write it at the top here for you. 1 minute equals 60 seconds. Okay. 2 minutes equals 120 seconds. And then we know that 3 minutes equals 180 seconds. Okay, I'll leave those there and you can use those to help you with the rest. So some of them you're converting in these. So now here we've got 100 seconds. You need to convert that back into how many minutes. So how many 60s are in there? What's going to be left over? So how many minutes and how many seconds? Okay, so have a go at that. Do working out if you need to. That's great. And then pause it now so you can get that in your book. And when you're ready to go, once you secure it, just press play. Okay, so here's your secure it. Alex takes 153 seconds to skip around the playground. So that's all in seconds, not minutes and seconds, that's just seconds. But Jake takes 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Now his is split in, his has been converted already into minutes and seconds. So at the moment, it's quite hard to compare those two amounts, those two lengths of time. Who is quickest? Explain how you know. So to be able to compare those equally, you need to have them either both in minutes and seconds or just in seconds. So whichever one you prefer, either convert Alex's time into minutes and seconds, work out how many minutes and leftover seconds are there, or convert Jack's time into just seconds. So then you can compare them more easily, all right, to find that answer. So good luck with that, guys. We'll go through those answers on Monday. So have a fantastic weekend and get up to anything fun, just let me know. I'd love to know what you're up to. Okay? And I will speak to you soon. Have a great, safe weekend. Okay? Bye.
Morning everybody, welcome to Writing for Friday the 22nd of May, the last writing session that we've got for this half term. So it's a bit of something different, a bit of something fun and entertaining for you today. We're going to start off with our its or its. This is our last day of doing this, so I'm hoping that we're all sorted with it now and we really understand that it is needs an apostrophe, but it's, if it belongs to somebody, doesn't. So I want you to copy each sentences, choose its or its to complete them, and then come back to me with the answers. So today we've got, it's been a wonderful holiday. I love rugby because it's fun. And the goat looked at its horns, okay? So put the right its in, copy out the sentences, and then come back to me when you're ready for the answers. Okay, brilliant. Let's have a little look at which its we need to be using today. So if we've going, it's been a wonderful holiday, it will be it has been a wonderful holiday. So because we're missing letters, we're missing parts of the words, it has an apostrophe because it's a contraction. So it apostrophe S, okay? I love rugby because it's fun. Can we replace the its with it is, and does it make sense? Let's check. I love rugby because it is fun. Yes, we can. So it's with an apostrophe. And the goat looked at its horns. The horns belong to the goat, so it's no apostrophe because it's all about belonging to or possession. I hope you've managed to really get into that this week and really understand the difference. It's really important that we now use what we've learned, use what we know, and apply that now into our writing as we go through. Okay, so today, like I said, we're going to have a little bit more fun. I'm going to show you an information text. It's not your usual information text. So I want you to have a little think as we're looking through it. What is the text? What's the information about? And who do you think might have written it and why have they written it? Here goes. Okay, so Hogwarts School Report. Name, Neville Longbottom. Age, 11. House, Gryffindor. Attendance, 100%. General behaviour. Neville is a shy boy who tries his hardest, although sometimes his clumsiness and lack of focus detracts from his learning. He is particularly close with his pet toad Trevor, which is good, as he sometimes struggles to make friends. Potions. Neville lacks attention to detail, and unfortunately there is always a worry that he will hurt himself or others in my lessons. He is one of my least capable students. Transfiguration. Neville finds this area difficult, and he has even been unable to transfigure the simplest of items into a small animal. Charms. Neville lacks confidence in this subject, but he is enthusiastic and has a talent if he can practice more and more and master basic charms. History of magic. Neville struggles with this subject. I would suggest extra homework to get up to speed with goblin rebellions of the 17th and 18th century. Herbology. Neville shows real potential in herbology. He shows a good understanding of the subject. Keep up the good work, Neville. Care of magical creatures. Neville is a very caring young man, and he clearly loves animals, although his lack of confidence can make the animals nervous and unpredictable. Defence against the dark arts. As yet, Neville has shown little promise, although given that his parents were both Auroras, we would expect him to flourish in this area at some point, hopefully. Sports. Neville has tried very hard, but he has failed to master the art of flying on a broomstick, even breaking a wrist, so as yet he has not taken part in any Quidditch games. House points, -3. Pupil comments. I do try my hardest, but I always seem to end up doing something wrong. It is hard following in my fair parents' footsteps. Head of house comments. From his teacher's comments, it is clear that Neville tries very hard. He clearly struggles in certain areas despite this. However, with a bit more focus and maturity, he would do well in the coming years. Okay, so let's think about what we were looking for. What is this text? What is it? Absolutely right. It's a school report. So it's the kind of thing that gets sent out at the end of the year to sum up your year of learning. So it's a school report. What is the information about? What is history of magic, herbology, care of magical creatures, defence against the dark arts? Yeah, absolutely right. They're all the different subjects that they would study in Hogwarts, in the wizard school, okay? So these are the different subjects. So like we might have English or maths or science or topic, these are the different lessons that they have. And who do you think has written this? Yeah, absolutely. So it's the teachers that have written most of this, although there was this little section, wasn't there, here, which Neville's written himself, okay, the pupil comments. Okay, so why do they write this text? What are they doing? Okay, so they're giving Neville a summary of what he's learned about that year. They're giving him an idea about how he's getting on, but mostly it's for the person who looks after Neville, so his parents, so they can find out how he's getting on at school. So, what do I want you to do with this today? It's a bit of a time to show what you know. I want you to have a little bit of fun with this, okay? So, I'd like you to write a school report for Harry Potter and use the format that we looked at for Neville, okay? You could do that, okay? So you could just write the same thing, but for Harry Potter, and then decide what he was like in all the different lessons, okay? You could pretend to be your teacher, Miss Cunnington or Miss Foster, and write your own school report for this year, okay? So what would your teachers say about you in English? What might they say about you in maths? What might they say about you in PE? Or, if you want something really funny and entertaining to do, you could write a school report for somebody else, like your mum or your dad, or even Miss Foster or Miss Cunnington, okay? So imagine what they were like when they were at school. Try and think about whether they were good or whether you think they were a little bit cheeky or a little bit naughty in their lessons, and imagine that you're writing a school report for them. So today you're the teachers and you're writing the reports, and you are going to write the report either for Harry Potter or for you, or for your mum, your dad, your teacher, maybe your brother or your sister, anybody that you'd like to write a report for, and make that as funny and as entertaining as possible. We would, as always, love, love, love to see what you've written, particularly if you've written a report for Miss Cunnington or Miss Foster, because I would love to see what you've written for them. So have fun with this today. Lots and lots of little sections, all about the different subjects that they've been doing, a bit of an overall comment, and then enjoy your weekend, okay? Come back to me once you've done that and we'll go through the final weekday of Connected Curriculum. Okay, so the last little bit today is our Connected Curriculum. This is the last day of sculpture, so if you want to have a go at one of these activities, today is the day to do it. Remembering that you've got your essential activity with all of the different elements that you can have an explore of, and then lots and lots of sculpting activities with tinfoil, with natural materials, with clay and with cardboard, and a research challenge if you would like to have a go at them. That's the end of our learning for this half term. It has been amazing to explore this with you. We've had a wonderful, wonderful time. I hope you're okay and you've kept yourselves nice and safe. We're really looking forward to seeing you all back at school really, really soon. But in the meantime, have a wonderful, wonderful half term holiday. Enjoy, and we shall see you again after the break. Thanks, guys. Bye.